Hey everyone, we are going to work within our resource now. I have a bunch of different prototypes set up and I want to talk about the first one. It is a Parallax website intro. What I'm going to do is I'm going to press play so you can see what we're going to work towards here. So if I come into here and go to Parallax, I can see this. If I press R, you'll see all these items coming in at different times, but also they're all just like nicely fading in. So I'll show you how to achieve this type of interaction. So this is nice to showcase like when you have a website that you just want to show them like the intro. Now what I've done here, and you can copy this and attempt it as well. What I've done is I've actually gone in, and it's really hard to see because I just have everything named the same. Everything is basically, you can see it in the frame prior. If you're in the prototype tab over here, if I click on this frame, I can see it's all the way down here. So I am going to be using the properties of opacity and position. So the position of this is lower. Same with these ones. I have them lower, but I also have them scattered at different timings. So that means that I have them, coming in, at different speeds. You see how they all kind of stagger a bit? So I'll show you what I mean. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to, take this as a copy, and I am going to make another copy just beside it. And I'm going to call this my Parallax V2. And you can follow along and try this with me. So I'm just going to move this up here and I'm going to start my flow on this one. I'm going to call this Parallax V2. Okay. So this one's really easy. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to, keep the large image and the small image together. I'm just going to bring them down. So, it's not like too big of like a movement from here to here. I don't want them to be like flying in at the same time, like super quickly. So I'm just going to do that. I'm going to move into my design tab now. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to remove the opacity of both of them. So now they're no longer, visible. And same with this, I'm going to bring this down. I'm not changing the layer structure at all. I'm just, moving these items little by little, that one too. And then this one, if you want everything to come in at the same time, you need to like basically move everything together, like as one item all the way down. But I don't want that. And then I'm going to like move these together. Well, first I moved the button down a little bit because I want that to stagger in differently. And there we go. So now we have that down there. And then I'm going to just use the pass through the opacity and remove that. And then as you notice that when I loaded that transition, I didn't have like a click. What I did was I went to after delay, and I'm just going to set it to like 300, milliseconds. And then we'll go to Smart Animate, and we're just going to, keep it super simple. We'll just stick with like the ease out. It's going to slide in really gently, and we can go and take a look at what we used here in terms of the timing. So I have 1,000 milliseconds. So we can do the exact same. So I have 1,000, which is like just 1 second. And let's take a look to see if we were able to replicate that. Bingo. So we have a nice little animation here, and everything has come together really nicely. Now you can see like, okay, there's not a lot of movement here. This one kind of matches up too much with that portion. So we can, find this, bring it down more. We have this one. Oh, that one's over there. So we can bring this down more. Now let's see. Nice. The only thing that I don't like is this one is, kind of moving at the same speed. There we go. And now we have our own animation and things are looking really beautiful. That's how you create some parallax effects. So remember, from screen to screen, all you're doing is you're basically moving items at different positions. They're going to be at different positions, and you can, do them in one shot. You can kind of stagger it in screens, but this is a nice way just to showcase how, you envision like a website loading, or you envision like your product loading in certain ways, because there is parallax in apps and mobile products and stuff like that. So definitely a great way to communicate that to developers, the team, the client, and also for your portfolio.